Tashiti Lek. Welcome back to our Tibetan language course. Today's 7th lesson is about Sanskrit in Tibetan. Did you know that Tibetan is full of Sanskrit? It's not always obvious, but let's take a closer look. As you remember, Tibetan has 30 consonants. Now add 5 extra symbols to record Sanskrit retroflex consonants, plus 14 vowel modifiers, all created for Sanskrit loanwords. When Buddhist texts were translated, Tibetan scholars usually rendered Sanskrit terms into Tibetan, sometimes word by word, sometimes paraphrased. To keep things consistent, the famous Mahāvyutpatti, a huge Sanskrit-Tibetan glossary, was compiled in the 9th century and distributed to all translation agencies. Translators were instructed not to deviate from it. But later, some translators developed their own personal styles, and the dictionary was not always followed. Not everything was translated. Tantric texts and mantras were often kept in Sanskrit, using those special symbols. Why? Because the sound itself was considered sacred. What about grammar and syntax? That's still a mystery. Researchers haven't yet traced clear patterns. What is certain is the deep respect Tibetans had for Sanskrit. They even called it the elegant language of the gods, and used it in colophons to some Tibetan texts. So, could you imagine yourself as a medieval translator, juggling between two sacred languages? Follow for more short and useful Tibetan lessons.